Right, and you need to go to another toxic environment.
Yikes! No.
Oh no.
No.
I'm excited.
You should be. Were those words?
I wish I could drool right now because that would just like top the cake, like icing on the cake.
Ew! Don't put no drool on my cake. You can have it. You can have my piece, fam.
Oh my gosh! Speaking of cake, this past weekend we celebrated my birthday. Yes, with the sound effects. We celebrated my birthday. We hung out downtown and just like did the stuff. We had amazing vibes. Everybody was there that needed to be there.
Shouts out to the birthday crew. Y'all did it one time.
Y'all were lit. I keep saying y'all were lit, but I think I was lit.
Yo, lit.
Oh my god! Like I was looking back. It's like the reason why y'all haven't seen much footage because I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing. Because I was like listening to some of the videos that I almost posted, and I am talking like I don't even know what I'm talking about, y'all. I'm just gonna say it was a really good birthday. 35. I'm out there.
Hey.
So give me my respect. Put some respect on it. 35. Yes, I'm out here.
Please do. Respect.
He got me some crumble cookies. They were delicious.
Yo, shout out to Crumble. Them joints slap.
They did. Yes. They
Crumble
were huge.
cookies.
I could only eat like little chunks at a time.
Real talk. Yeah, they were good. I didn't know about them until that day. And I went that way. And I was like, that way.
Yeah, that way.
Yeah.
So what you got?
What I got?
Yeah.
I don't got no crumble cookies.
No. What you got? What you got for the? Let me hear your research for the show tonight.
My research for the show tonight.
Oh, yikes!
Oh, I've been involved in the show all night.
Oh, but you didn't come with the topic.
Come with the topic.
Oh, yikes.
Yes, I was talking about Samuel L.
Oh.
Yes, you weren't involved in that part though. But we here for it though.
Live. Off the Wall Nights live.
Yes.
Make sure if y'all haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Go to our YouTube page if you're watching from somewhere else. We are on all the platforms, so look us up.
Yes,
Off the
like
Wall,
the page on Facebook. Off the Wall Media and
Entertainment.
Entertainment.
Yes.
Yes. Shouts out to the chat. Tiki, we see you out there crying, laughing.
Girl. Oh, we celebrated our birthdays together last week.
Yes, the birthday twins.
We have the same birthday.
Yes.
So we went to Grand
Oh my
Lux.
gosh.
What?
One of our mutuals was like, oh my gosh, she fine.
Oh, Tiki.
Yes.
Oh, what he look like?
Yeah, child.
I was trying to, hey, I'm good for a good love connection. I've made, 3 love connections in my career of making love connections that are still married to this day.
To this day.
To this day. I don't know if it's happily, but they look happily. Okay, you don't know what happens behind closed doors, but it looks happily.
That ain't none of your business. That's why the door closed.
They know a divorce exists, and they have chose not to use that option. So I think it's going good.
You know, sometimes
I love a good love connection.
remember the show?
What, Lowered Expectations?
No.
I thought that's what you were talking about. He gave me a birthday card that
It was great.
it was like, I hope your birthday was adequate.
There's have an adequate birthday.
Oh, have an adequate birthday.
Yes.
I was like,
Look, and the inside it said, this message was brought to you by the Council of Lowered Expectations.
So I chose to laugh at it instead of getting offended. Because he stays taking jabs.
What? Wow. If I'm taking jabs, you take the low blows.
Last year, he gave me a little cake that said side piece. And I was like, what does this mean? Like, I'm somebody's side piece? Like, so I chose to just eat it and be happy instead of being offended.
First of all, it didn't just say side piece. It was called side piece. It's a side piece of cake. It was the drunken cake lady. Yeah, it was live. And she loved it, as a matter of fact. She just chose to be like, I'm not going to get offended by this. You shouldn't. You should just eat it. Eat the cake, Anime. It's delicious. And it was
a side piece
of cake.
We were talking about something before the side.
Nope. Shouts out to Adrian. We see you.
Oh, what's up? He was part of the birthday crew. And he hung, let me go ahead and tell you. So he hung longer than all of us because he went to the after spot. And all of us kind of like died like right around that time. We all went our separate ways. Poor Adrian. We're like, we're on our way. We're coming in. And then we all just kind of like didn't because we regrouped and he was already in there. And so I think he ended up staying for like none of us showed up.
Oh, yes.
I feel slightly bad for that. I'm sorry. But
slightly. It's the hard slightly for me.
Because my bed, I gave my bed some head. It was lovely. Yes.
Yes.
It was. We actually
sleep for me.
We went and got barbecue first. We stopped and got.
Okay. I don't even remember who they were, but like they were closed. Remember?
They were closed.
And she's like,
I was like, I know y'all have some kind of food.
Y'all got something over there. She's like, we don't have no food.
And I was like, you got some. And so I was like, you won't even sell me a bag of chips? And he was like, well, actually, we have some boudin and sausage. Bruh, I thought you didn't have any food.
Right. Yo, that sausage, banging.
Count on me. Count on me to always make sure. Like, I triple check everything.
Oh.
Especially when I'm hungry.
Indeed.
So he told me the boudin was really spicy. And I was like, so, I mean, I like spicy. That's cool. He was like, no, it's really spicy. I was like, psh, I'll take it, bro. We got you.
Mind you, we got this spicy boudin and sausage and chips and nothing to drink.
No water, no nothing. So I bit it, and it's one of those heats that sneak up on you.
Yeah, it's delayed.
So I'm sitting here like, this is good. Got a good flavor. Like it's well seasoned. Blah, blah. You know, I get 3 bites in, and my tongue is like on fire. And I was like, "You got some water? Water? Do you have something to drink? Water? Right? That ain't hot. I'm over there sweating like, ooh, it got a little spice to it. I can
got a little kick.
And then so I only ate half of it because it was like this thick. It was like thick. This is the thickest boudin I ever had. It was thick. So I only ate half of it. Then my dumb self gonna wake up in the morning and I was like, oh yeah, that boudin was good last night. That was the first thing on my tongue. I was like, I'm going to get water. I'll be going to get water. I got Gatorade and everything. I came back with like all the drinks.
The baggage. Bag lady.
Yes.
Yep. Quincy Walker says, Bree, aka Momager, just a dry palate.
What's up, Q? What's up? Aw. All the Biz Radio.
Oh yes.
Homies
tuning
up in there.
We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Bro, we got to get the Biz Radio on here.
Oh yes. Speaking of on here, as this episode briefly comes to a close, stay tuned for the kickback. We will log off and come back in for that. But we got some more guests coming this season, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Next week, right?
Yeah,
next week we have
next
Mel.
Week we got Mel Bowser.
Go ahead and introduce Mel.
Oh yeah.
Say a little bit of.
He's not here.
A little bit of his accolades.
Oh yeah, that's my guy. He's a hometown hero. My guy, Hollywood actor, retired Hollywood actor at this point.
I think he'll go back. Once it settles,
he might go back for under his own circumstances.
Right.
You know what I mean? But not in the same situation.
Right.
But yes, he's definitely had a role in some movies that you may have seen. If you haven't, you definitely need to check him out, like Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yes.
Look, I didn't even know. Now I knew my guy was an actor, right? I knew he was out there doing things. But when I watched that movie and saw him in it, I literally paused it and was like, yo. I immediately got on with doing my research, like, yo, I went to the IMDb and everything. You hear me? I'm like, I paused and took a picture. I was like, bro, is that you? He's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that's me.
That's cool. He is one of the dopest, most humble people you'll meet.
Yes.
I actually ended up teaching a youth theater workshop with him last summer. down in Bryan College Station, our hometown.
Yep.
And we had a blast.
Yep.
Wrote we wrote an entire show with I guess was it a short? It was like a little short film.
Like a short film.
Yeah, with some kids.
Yep.
So he hangs out with the youth. He supports and mentors the youth, and
Yes.
he's doing music now.
Yes, he is
Didn't
a
he do
recording
an
artist.
NFT?
Yes, his song, his first single is out. The NFT was available. I don't know that it still is.
We'll
right?
find out
but
next
it
week.
minted a couple months ago, and yeah, the video I believe it releases this week.
Okay, cool. So we'll be able to
Yeah.
talk about it next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen like little clips and teaser little
Yes.
pictures and everything
Yep,
for it.
little
Yeah.
clips and stuff.
Yeah, little.
BTS.
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited.
Yes, yes,
People
yes.
are people out there doing some
Doing
really fun,
things.
like creating,
Living their life.
living their life.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it.
That is so cool.
And just to kind of like be, a part of it in whatever capacity, just like even if it's just like scrolling through your feed and seeing them doing the things.
Yeah.
But even better when you're able to, they're part of your circle, so you can like
Yeah.
touch them.
Yeah.
It's really dope. I love that.
I posted, I don't know if it was this morning or yesterday morning. I was like, my news feeds look so beautiful right now. Like everybody's out there getting it, like doing what they want to do and like having fun and like, sharing their passions and their gifts and stuff. Like it was like scroll, like, how when people's things like scroll, I'd scroll and I'd see somebody like, creating something or like opening their business. There's a grand opening this weekend. Oh yeah, let's
Yes.
shout out to Therapy Lounge. They have their grand opening this weekend. We're actually gonna, a few of us are gonna be down in Las Vegas. So our homeboy Big Ruck from the Daily Smoke, he's gonna do some media there. Also, Zone's gonna be singing there this
Yep.
weekend. So yeah, we're gonna be out there. We'll be out
After
there.
all, we'll be
supporting.
in the building.
We'll be off the wall. We'll be there in the building. Yeah. So if y'all have any events or anything like that y'all want media for, that y'all want entertainment, comedians, singers, hosts, MCs, DJs, yeah, whatever it is, red carpet event, or if y'all just need help planning, or if y'all want someone to plan your event. We'll be planning a movie release party for one of our filmmaker friends.
Who was on the show last season. Go check out that episode.
Honeymoon. We'll be doing a movie release party for her in a couple months. So yeah, we're out here. We just love to help. We love to be a part of everything.
Yes.
So yeah. Tell me, you're working on a little bit of stuff. We don't know. I would say because we don't get to hear a lot about what you do.
Interesting.
And who you are, and a little bit of your background. So as we close, I want you to get a little piece of art, to chew on.
Give me.
Offer them a little piece of you to chew.
Oh, like I'm Art. Art.
Not that he wants to get quiet now.
No, I was unprepared. Tell about me. Talk about me.
Talk about yourself.
Oh, okay. Well, my favorite subject. No, I was kidding. Art though is definitely my favorite subject. Lifelong creative. You ask anybody that's known me for longer than 2 decades. It's always been a part of who I am. I started in performance when I was a kid, right? I was actually still in diapers when I started dancing.
Oh, wait, was that from the Mother's Day episode? Weren't you dancing in boots? Was that you?
Yep, that was me. Cowboy boots and a pamper.
Yes.
Yes, that was me. But fast forward, all around creative. I got into music production about 5 or 6 years ago, and that led me to start to develop and work with other artists, as well as doing so myself. I actually started doing that as a way to actually find music, right? Because, when you're a creative, you kind of need like a canvas to paint, right? And like specifically when it comes to music, I'm grateful for the time that we live in, right? Because so much is so readily available right now, like via YouTube and all these different sites that you can find these creators on and what have you.
And you can just get lost.
Correct.
Like type in one thing and then the algorithm just kind of goes crazy.
Yes, it really, really does. And like that's a beautiful thing for the creative community, right? Those who liken themselves to be, you know, singer-songwriters or rappers or whatever the case may be, or someone who just wants to try their hand at it. Then you have others that just like the music, right? For a long time, I just liked listening to the beats without music, or excuse me, without lyrics, right? But
and that's something I'm catching up to.
Yeah.
Because like since we've been hanging out for the past year-ish, I've heard way more songs without words than than I was comfortable with. I'm starting to get a little more comfortable. He'd be like, "Listen to this beat. What do you think of that?" And I'm like, "Where's the words?" Like, because I'm used to instrumentals, you know, like when you're supposed to sing over them, but not just like listening. And I did not know there were so many different layers to just a beat, you know. Like I usually only hear like maybe the guitar and the drums, you know, like a little bit of you know, I don't know. But so yeah, I've been learning a lot more.
Yes, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
And I still don't know what to say when you're like, listen to this beat. I still don't know. Like, what am I supposed to say? I don't know.
I mean, there's not like a, you know, a set thing to say. It's not a script, you know, but it's just kind of like, you know.
I don't feel like I appreciate it enough yet to like give a really good answer. Yeah, because like some of the music you make, like it sounds great, like amazing, but I'm like, I don't know how to like express like, and I don't think that I appreciate it enough, you know.
Interesting.
Yet.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I've seen you kind of deflate a little bit when I'm like, and I'm like, crap, I didn't respond correctly. Oh no, like like, oh, that's lovely, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you might put a little bit too much thought into it, in the sense that like it's kind of like when you eat some food. You know what I mean? You're not a food critic, right?
Oh, I beg to differ. Beg to differ.
Yuck.
Because at least I make food, you know, and I've been eating food my whole life. Like I don't make music.
No, but you've been hearing it your whole life. Yes. Singing it your whole life.
Yes, but I'm listening to it in a different way, I guess, now.
Yes, exactly. And that's what it's about. Just kind of expanding the palette, expanding the way in which that you see and hear things, right? It's just all perspective, right? And but all that said to say, when I was we went to high school together, if you haven't heard the story. And when our senior year in high school, we were in choir, and we were actually warming up, doing our la 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 la. That's a real thing. And we've been doing this for so long, like to a point where like you can literally just be robotically doing it.
Right.
And like
you just open your mouth.
Right, exactly. And in your mind somewhere completely different, right? Well, I left, right? In my mind, I ended up fast forwarding in time where I see like my silhouette in a way, and then when I'm in this beautiful studio, had never been in a studio before at that point. But it was beautiful, like this honey brown wood on the walls. Like there was a guy sitting at the board. There was a girl in the booth with the headphones on behind the microphone singing or whatever.
Aww.
And I'm standing like behind the whole thing. Like my assumption, like I felt like I was like in charge of everything. You know, you don't necessarily know what's going on, but you can sense it, right?
Yeah.
So like I'm standing there observing, and it lasted all of about 5 to 7 seconds, and I'm back, right? And it was that moment I knew what I wanted to do. So now, mind you, rewind back to kid, like I saw myself performing, I saw myself on stage. Then that moment happens. I'm like, okay, making music, producing, you know, behind the scenes as well. So that's where you find me today, like kind of mixing both sides, right? You're watching a mogul in the making, right? I feel like the reason why my personal conviction behind it is me still actively being a performance artist, is me guinea pigging myself so that I have the understanding and the data and the experience to be able to share with somebody else,
Right.
From a practical standpoint. It's like I'm not just giving you something that I read in a book,
Right.
or that I watched somebody else do. No, it's something that
And
I
then you
actually
also
live
have like
myself.
still a lot more of that to give, you know?
Agreed.
So, yeah.
Agreed. No, that's like, reason number one, just as a creative, like a creator has to create,
Yeah.
it's just who we are, right? I have a video that I'm actually going to share. I hadn't shared it yet because there was still some emotional damage behind it. But I was playing some music
Oh.
and my desk collapses and orange juice ends up on all of my gear. And I was like, yikes. But in those type of moments, right, you have a decision to make, whether it's like, am I going to let this screw up that, high level, high energy creation mode that I was just in, or am I just going to dust everything off and keep doing, right? And it took a minute, right? Kind of like when you fall off a bike or something like that, scrape your little knee.
You're like, should I cry or should I just get up and go? Like, nobody's going to care, are they?
Right? But after you shake it off, you go back and do, right? But nothing in the world, my point with bringing that up was like, nothing in the world feels like when I'm behind those boards.
Right.
And I'm like putting sounds together.
And also
like
to like add a little bit more weight to that situation, earlier last year, it was late last year, one of your boards got stolen. A lot of your equipment got stolen.
Yes. Actually,
out of my car. My car got the window got busted in.
Yes.
And all of his stuff was stolen.
Like this was the first set of actual gear that I had ever purchased, right? I bought some really professional, like the Beat Studio headphones, right? My audio interface, like all the tech stuff that makes the sound happen, like it's all in my backpack. And I bought it specifically. This stuff specifically was travel, right? It was compact, and that was the first pieces of gear that I bought because I was living out of a bag at the time, right? And so I wanted the ability to just kind of be able to go and set up wherever, And that was terrible. That was a terrible experience. But at the same time, I'm grateful for the perspective that I've kind of learned over the years. Shout out to my Grammy, right? But then also having good friends around you to where it's like, this freaking sucks. Like, truth be told, the worst part of that night was not me getting my bag stolen, but her window got broken into. You know what I mean? Like I literally went and replaced the boards the next day.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's what I was going to say. Well, first of all, to piggyback on the window getting, like, if you've ever had your window busted, like, you never get rid of the glass. There's always glass somewhere, like literally in a little corner somewhere under under the carpet, in the back. Like, you're like, how did the... Yes, forever. Right. Yes.
It's like when you go to the beach.
There's always sand. Yes. So yeah, but like what I was gonna say is like I really applaud you how you handled that. You could tell like he was just like, I wouldn't say devastated, but he was like, And it really sucked because we were in eyesight of the car pretty much the whole time. Yep. So I don't know how it happened, but crooks gonna be crooks.
Yep.
But how he responded to it, he was like, you know what? It took him a little bit. It wasn't probably like immediately, but it was like later that night or the next day. He was like, it was time for an upgrade anyways. And he went and got an upgrade.
Yep.
I was like, yes, I love it because like it's so hard to flip a situation like that.
It is, and actually to that point, like there's scientific evidence as well as experiential, which could be identified as science as well, but we're not on that. But like in those moments, right, where like you're experiencing the most adversity, like just continuing to go in the direction that you were headed in the first place, like liken it to going to the gym, right? Just the day that you don't feel like going, if you decide to go, like you'll end up, if you pay attention, you'll actually have breakthroughs in those moments. Why? Because you're pushing beyond this this interior barrier that actually manifests itself in the outside world, right? And so in that moment, right after I decided, you know what, it was time for an upgrade anyway. Went and got this other board. My music has not sounded the same since,
Wow.
and it's been great. I'm not
I
gonna hit you with the stay tuned
I felt
shit, but
like it
like,
was like really important to tell that story because like right when we started telling, I was like, "Ooh, we gotta like touch on this," because I know somebody's listening or going to listen. That's like, I feel like I'm the only person going through this shit. You know,
absolutely not
not at all. We go through stuff all the
all
time.
the time.
Period. Like human people AF. Yes.
Yes, yes. So, um, with that, the other side is this media marketing. Like, that's where my heart is, and that's why I felt empowered to start my own record label, because I study and understand the mediums of communication that are available to us today.
Right.
Humans have been the same for millennia, right? Ever since we got the printing press, actually before we even got the printing press, the written word was utilized in its own form,
Right.
whether it be hieroglyphics or whatever the case may be, right? People
Yes.
communicated before, we had full sentences. People were still communicating, right? So technology has just evolved with that. Today, we still communicate the same way that we did 100 years ago. The mediums have just evolved, right? The written word, right? The spoken word, right? And now moving pictures, right? Images. And so, yes, like being able to utilize those to be able to convey a message and display your passions, your gifts, your talents, your business, your brand, etc., so forth. It's very powerful, and you need the help of creatives to be able to do that because we just innately understand that.
Right.
And so, yes, if that happens to be you, whether you happen to find yourself as a creative that wants to help, share the stories of brands or different other organizations or what have you, or your own, right, your own story.
Right.
Or on the other hand, you happen to be a brand or a business and you need help sharing your story. That's what we specialize in,
Right.
And so we'd love to help because that's really what
This
we're
sounds like an
doing.
altar call.
Wow. Will there be one? Will you come?
Is there one?
Will you come? Why is it every time I get to talking like that, you say it sound like that?
I don't know.
Because that's the second time this season that you can say
Did
that.
I say it was an altar call?
Yes.
Oh, it is because I do remember you saying, "Is there one?" I don't know. It's just like I think it's the rhythm that you get into, and it might be like your influence is growing up. We got another Martin Luther King, but it's gonna end a little better, a lot better.
Oh, yes.
It won't
'Cause
end.
you ain't shooting me on no banister. Shout out to the King family, man. Our birthdays are 2 days apart.
Wow.
Me and MLK. My birthday landed on the holiday this year. That was fun. Good times. But yes,
Yeah. So
our
we're gonna
time has
close
been well
up.
spent.
Let's wrap it
Thank
up.
you for tuning in to Off the Wall Nights Live. I am Artistic Virtuoso.
It's your girl, Miss Bree.
And
That's
if you
a
would
wrap.
like to tune in to the kickback, we will be back momentarily. In the meantime,
Between time.
that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Hey.